Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you exactly what you need as far as your tools in your bag to haul drive-away deck sets. This is just what you need to fly on an airplane, so it's under 50 pounds, so that you can fly back from a load. And I had this other bag here that I tried for a while, and I didn't like it, ended up liking it because what I missed was the wheels off of that, so I could put my personal luggage on there and wheel it through the airport. But I figured this would be a good chance for you to see exactly what tools you need and not a pound more, because that's important. Because everything you need to get undecked when you get there and fly on out of there. So let's get started here, and I'll show you what's in here. You got your power tool battery. Of course, that won't be riding with you. You'll go on the plane. I got me here one of these infinite chargers, so you can have a lot of power on your phone. I got off Amazon. I don't know how to do affiliate links and that stuff yet, so I guess just look for it on Amazon. I won't be making any money. You don't need a battery that big. That's way too big. So you got your impacts here. But what you're going to put in the bottom, you're going to have your straps. These straps here, these are pretty good looking. I didn't have them too long. Just throw those right in the bottom there. And you got to have you some strap protectors. Sometimes you'll get an old piece like this and it'll protect you against the bumper. Sometimes you'll get a bumper that's got sharp edges on it and it'll cut right through the straps and it just wastes your money. I tried the little rubber pieces you find off the trucks, cuts right through that stuff don't work. Some couple layers of strap like that, that'll protect your straps. Poke them right down the middle. You're gonna need your charger. You're gonna have to have your charger. And in my briefcase I carry one of those little cigarette lighter style inverters that you plug it right in the truck and charge while you're down the road in between loads. Put that on the end there. And then I can lay my gun on the top of it here. There ain't much else that rides in here except for my light strap. My company has issued me a light strap. That's on the truck right now because I come in on the load. Let's see here. Alright, now over here, you're going to have these, and you're going to have a love-hate relationship with it. Dang crescent wrench and channel locks, but you'll use that for everything from so that you can open up wide. You need this so you can open up wide and get them brake lines off of the big brass fitting, because this won't go wide enough. And you need this mostly for grabbing hold of the tops of your axle so that you can get that thing shoved back in there. You don't need them two tools. Put them in one of these spots. That is a lifesaver. Airline removal tool. I don't know where to get these. Some guy left it on the ground because it had two of the screws missing. I've just been kind of keeping it tight, and I guess I'll go back and get another screw somewhere. I don't really know where you get these at. I think his company had issued it to me. Put it down here. You're going to need a good set of snips. That's going to snip your wire that holds your axles together. That's going to snip them bands they put on everything. And that's the first tool I pull out when I pull into someplace, so I can walk along and cut wires, start snipping everything. Then I go back and get that airline removal tool into my airlines. You're gonna need that. Put them in there. And then let's see, right here I carry a hammer. Oh yeah, the hammer's gonna go down in there too. You need a hammer mostly for busting the boards off when they put it around the fifth wheel plate. Mostly what you need that for, but you need it for a bunch of other stuff. You gotta have a hammer. If you go any bigger than that, you're gonna be over on your weight. That looks pretty good. In here I keep some of them things. We don't use the light strap, but they come with lights on them. And I keep a little like energy shot bottle with some bulbs in there, one of each of the different sizes. And they get broke every now and then. I just kind of replace them. Sometimes they mishandle your luggage pretty bad, just bust this stuff up. I think I used to keep that out here, over here. Keep some tape, a little bit of duct tape or Gorilla tape in the small roll. Fits right in there. Alright. And this stuff will ride on the outside of this bag and not fall out. Some places I go, I gotta have a vest. I'll put it down here and I'll stuff it down real good. And it'll ride there. If you get down in there, you can look out there and see it flopping down the beltway, and it's all hanging in there. There's a shady hat so I can keep the sun off the head. Put it down this other side, right here. I carry 2 pair of gloves. This pair of these rubbery gloves is exclusively for axles because they're going to get disgusting, and them rubber throwaway gloves, they cut too easy and they make your hands sweat. But this works out pretty good. It's just dipped rubber gloves from Harbor Freight, you know, in these pockets. And I got me another pair of gloves. Looks like I got 3 pair of gloves for whatever reason. But anyhow, this is for everything else gloves. Same kind of thing. I just stuff them down the outside pockets. That stuff's real tight in there. It don't fall out. Right down in there. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard getting in and out, but oh yeah, my company's got me these little lights for the side lights. Put them in there. Here's a couple of my little reusable Velcro, kind of like a reusable zip tie. That'll all right in there. It won't fall out. Alright, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it looks like I got some of them cleaning wipes. That's good if your bag or something gets against the interior, makes a dirty spot, and you can wipe it off. I think one of the companies I hauled for left them in the trucks or something. Just stuff it in there. Just put it right here. Just gotta really stuff it in there. So, other side here is where you got your sockets. Now I'm gonna try to go through these so you can see what sizes they are. Oh yeah, this here is axle seals. I gotta carry a few extra of those. I've accumulated a lot, but I do field decking too. You see back here a whole bunch of junk. That's my field decking stuff. So you don't need this many axle seals. As a matter of fact, that'll make it way too much probably. But I'll take a few out. Put that down on the side opposite to your charger. Sit it right down on the side. Just sit in there. And then here's the sockets unit. You'll need 1.25" for your saddles. Put them in all the pockets. Sometimes you get this stuff off the airport, and these sockets have all fell out of here, and they're all laying up in there. But what can you do? You know? Right here's for the saddle removal. That's going to be 1.5". Put that down in there. And if these things fall down in here and you struggle getting them out, you just grab your little channel locks and grab them out like that. That way you don't get too aggravated trying to fight with it. Okay. This here, I won't be needing that. That's for putting the wheels back on. That's field decking gear. Don't need that. So put it back. This right here I won't be needing. That's for the other size U-bolts I carry. Here's the other sockets you want to need. This right here is a strike wrench. Smallest one I've found. Now that big strike wrench is going to put you over on your weight. But somebody gave me this out there on the road. I was carrying this big thing that weighed like 3 pounds. That's a good little strike wrench. If your battery's dead, you can take that and your ratchet and you can get that stuff off. And I carry 2 of these long sockets. This one does the bigger size cage bolts, and then it also gets your studs off of your axles. So I use this a lot, and it being long helps it get right in there and just buzz, drop, and buzz it and drop it. I found this little pouch that kind of holds it all. You don't need all that. You can figure out what works for you. This here's for the other cage bolt. These here also end up fitting them lights that you got to put on the back sometimes. That and your crescent wrench, and whoop, you can buzz it right on there good. And these 2 different size sockets, I got a little adapter on here. That end up being what takes off the little disposable U-bolts that hold everything together. Sometimes they're a bigger size. You might want to not get a hardened socket because it weighs more. But this one here is 11/16, and this one here is 9/16. And you gotta have a swivel. You're gonna need that swivel a whole bunch. It really helps. So there's them. I tell you what sizes these are, but I think it's really clean off. I think if you're getting into this, you're probably gonna be able to find out what size that is on your tool list. There's all that. I end up just putting it down in here, and it floats around in there a little bit. And then a ratchet. I recommend this ratchet highly. I thought for a while it was going to break because it's Harbor Freight stuff, but I put a hurting on it for 3 years now, and it's a good ratchet. It really is. That extension gives you a lot of difference. You go tighten that U-bolts in between your stops, and it's little, and you think you got it tight, and then you pull it out like that, and you'll notice you can get quite a bit more. You're mashing that wood, so that You need that leverage, you really do. And that ends up going in there too. Everything just kind of throws in there. I keep a couple of these. Now, when you start adding little things like this, you get close to the weight. I think 2 of these you're all right on the weight. I think, let's see, I've actually got tent stakes in mine because I keep a hammock and a rain fly, and these are like weapons. You gotta go in my check bag. They don't weigh nothing. They don't usually put me over. And then I carry a little bit of zip ties. At least a portion of the packet of zip ties. You gotta have that. It goes down in there. And this usually leaves me room for my coveralls, as long as they're a thin pair, and as long as they're not wet. If they're wet, you're gonna weigh too much every time. So let's see. Oh yeah, and here I got a bunch of these little red things. You don't need a bunch of them. I just keep accumulating them. But you ought to take 2 or 3 of them. Stuff like that will make you weigh over too. If you got, I thought maybe I'd carry a bunch of extra washers and a bunch of things like that. It just weighs too much. Just a little handful of it weighs a pound. And so these little red plugs, they don't weigh nothing. You take about 3 of those. You should put them in with the light bulbs or something. The bigger red line energy shot, it fits down in one of these socket holes in here, and it'll hold light bulbs. It'll hold these little red things. So that's it. Everything you need. Add to that a light strap. This here to go in my carry-on bag, and maybe put my coveralls in there. You're under 50 pounds. You've got a good set of wheels. You're rolling. You're ready to drop in and drop off your load and then fly out. Hope that was helpful for somebody. When I got started, I couldn't find anything on the internet to help me. I just kind of had to figure some of this out, and a lot of guys I met out there really just helped me out. The community of people that do this are kind of really helpful. There's a small group of us. It's not for everybody. It's an odd kind of work, but they really tend to be helpful people. So just wanted to help a little bit too, and see if I can give everybody a leg up here. But oh yeah, take you some rags and stuff. You won't need those. They don't weigh too much. Just leave them in. All right. As always, love life and live like it. See ya.